Hey, Yo Gauge fans, Joe with another video, and I said I was going to shoot another video, so I wanted to kind of give you some other views of the layout here. I'm doing this one handheld here, so hopefully I'll be able to do it. But like I said, there's my track plan there on my last video. Saw my last video with the the inner loop there coming around the outer loop here, okay, and pretty much goes back. Now I had mentioned back there. Right back there, kind of where that caboose is there, that Pennsylvania caboose. That's where I'm thinking about putting another left-hand turnout. Eventually, not right away. And then it'll come up inside that track there, behind there, and it'll stop somewhere behind the dispatching station. And I might put like an engine house or something back there. Right now I've got this spur right here. It goes to a dead end right underneath the triple action magnetic crane here, and that's a dead end. Basically, I'm using that to park that engine there. And then coming off the switch there, I've got this long set of siding here where these cars are all parked. And then of course, you've got the main train coming around here on this outer loop. It goes around. And then you got the, of course, the conventional loop comes around this way and comes around through here, all the way around here. And yeah, everything's working out really good so far. I want to give you guys some good views here, but I'm liking it, but there's a couple of spots, like, for instance, okay, I noticed this the other day, and this should have stuck out really sore. I'm going to zoom in right there. Look at that, man. Look at that right there. I got a piece of track that came apart there. Now, in order to do that, to fix that, I've got to crawl on top of the layout to do it. And when I crawl on top of the layout, of course, you screw up the flocking, but, so, even though you seal it, you still screw it up. So what I'm going to do is I have to get a piece of plywood that I have in my yard. I've got to take everything off the layout and kind of lay it on top real quick. Then get up there real quick and just slam those two pieces of track together and then just get it right off. I've done it before when I was putting together the track in the back. But yeah, so far it's all working out. But if you watch my last video, what I mentioned in my last video about these track sections here, there's the Lionel operating track section, and there's the two track adapters on each side. Okay, and what I did here is, I just want to make sure I was clear on what I did here. Instead of putting another 10-inch straight right there, like between that curved section right there and then the other side of this adapter, I had to put 3.5-inch sections in there. That'll give you 10.5 sections because these sections here aren't quite 10 inches long. Now, and you have to make up the space. Otherwise, this thing would move back and forth and you don't want that. But it works really well. Now, I have another operating track section right underneath that barrel loader car there. That's a customized one that I did. Operating track section underneath there. Now, I had a problem with that one. I had it wired. I was testing it. I hadn't run the wires underneath the layout yet. But I was testing it, and it was kind of really sluggish, not working right. So, like an idiot, what I did was I thought there was something wrong with the controller. I took apart the controller. Word of advice, guys, if you don't know what you're doing, don't take apart the controllers on those things, because I did, and it was a big mistake. I've got to buy another one. Okay, and they're like $30 a pop, But anyway, that track section is going to come out, and I'm going to put a new one in because, well, I don't have to take the track section. I just need the controller. But I want to come down here to my control panel again, and when I show you a few things here on here, what I did here is these are the two MTH operating track sections. I've got one right there, okay, and I've got another one directly behind the sawmill there, okay. Basically, all I'm using those for is to uncouple the cars and stuff like that. Now, if you look real close here at this one, see what I did here is I took a real small paintbrush and I kind of highlighted the unload and uncouple buttons and the arrows. I'm going to do that to this one, and I'm also going to do it to this controller right here. I actually had done it to the one that was broken. I'll show you real quick. This is the one I took apart. I just took a small paintbrush and some red paint, and I wrote on and I just kind of highlighted uncouple and unload. And I'm telling you, it makes a really big difference, because when you're down here, even though you have a lot of light, you can see everything. It kind of it's hard to see. I get the buttons. I hit the wrong buttons sometimes, But anyway, coming down here, these are my smoke liquids. I use Big Puff liquid smoke. It's It's made locally here, and he's always at the train shows that I go to. And I always buy a bottle of it. And this is my I don't have this hooked up. This is the triple action magnetic crane controller, but I have it mounted. I only have one thing mounted in here. I do have the MTH sawmill mounted and fixed. You'll notice that this is mounted on here. I'll tell you what, the hardest thing, man, was finding screws that would fit down into this sleeve and still go into the wood. And believe it or not, I was having a hard time finding small screws that would go through the track, through the styrofoam, into the plywood. And I finally did find a couple. I found a hardware store locally that does have them. I'm going to go tomorrow and I'm going to get like 50 more. But anyway, you'll notice there's a lot of raw wood here. This is the raw 2x4. I've got some I guess they call it, I don't know, tongue and groove or wainscoting. Basically what it is the back wall. I've got some pieces of that left over in my garage. I'm going to cut strips, and I'm going to run them. I left a little space back here so I could fit it back there, and I'm going to run that decorative wood through here. Obviously I'll have to cut some holes for right here and for right here. But and then what I think I'm going to do is maybe put some more down here. Now down here I've got, these are my two power packs that I mentioned. I have those here. One on the left, one on the right. And then I've got that MTH DC1 power pack. These, boy, are nice little power packs if you can find them by MTH for, geez, 20 bucks. I have that controlling the sawmill, you know. But I just wanted to give you another overview, and I got some response to some comments to some of my videos, and I'm going to make another quick video after this and address those comments. So I'm going to be posting 3 videos tonight. And I apologize for not getting back to some of you guys earlier, but I've had a crazy couple of weeks at work, and as I mentioned it last time, I work nights, so I do a lot of my work on the weekends. I do all my work on the weekends here. And, you know, sometimes, guys, I just get tired, you know. I work 4/10s, and I just get tired, you know. Friday comes along, I have all these plans, I want to do this, that, and by 10 o'clock, man, I can hardly walk upstairs to go to bed, so... and I had a busy weekend this weekend, but I did have enough time late Sunday night here to shoot a couple of videos, and I want to shoot a video addressing some comments that I got. Some really nice comments. I really appreciate them. And somebody, I can't remember offhand, but wanted to know more about this Mohawk set, and I'm going to talk about that. So, just want to show my layout. I want to do a handheld video here of some of the things going on in my layout. I like this. You know, I've got future plans here too. Believe it or not, I have future plans. Now this is the rest of my basement. And what I want to do is eventually, if I could talk my wife into it, I either want to put a switch right here, or maybe right there on the other side of that, right by that wall. And I want to run a line of track down that wall, just maybe coming out about 2 feet from the wall. I want to run it down that wall and down into that corner down there. I get some light over there. There's a corner down there. Okay, that's my furnace. And then what I want to do is get rid of that shelf that's on the wall, run it, and then put maybe a 4x4 back there into a reversing loop. So the actual train comes out, goes into a reversing loop, comes back out the same switch, comes back down the same track, and then kind of does a reverse on that outer loop. I would like to do that. I don't know if I can. I want to print back. If you guys saw my other videos, you know I have a little 4x4 platform. Still got a lot of junk there, okay? Still got a lot of junk there. Got some in my Rico station stuff. Still got a lot of junk over there. But I do still plan on putting a circle of track in here, if you could believe that. Hopefully next week I'm going to have most of this all cleaned up. And got a lot of stuff I got to sort through there and everything like that. A lot of garbage, a lot of stuff that has to be thrown away. But anyway, and I want to turn back here. I want to show you, this is my area where I work and everything. You can see how everything looks nice and neat and clean here, except for some stuff I got to throw away there. But, guys, if you could have saw this a couple of hours ago, it was a total mess. And my wife finally said to me, if you don't get that basement cleaned up, I'm going to go down there and do it for you. Well, that was enough for me. I came down here and cleaned everything up and got everything nice and neat. So anyway, I'm going to shoot another video talking about some responses I got. And, you know, shoot me some comments. If you see what you like, see what you don't like. Let me know. Thanks for watching.